Well, hello and welcome to a very festive this month in Warhammer.
Hello.
Our monthly update for all the cool Warhammery things that are happening in and around the Triple Crown Wargaming studio and on the internet as well. We talk about internet too. It's great. You are stuck for this very Christmassy episode with none other than myself, James the Lawmaster Lamin, freshly back from mouth surgery shenanigans, and my usual partners in crime. We've got the whole gang together today. We've got Max the Chieftain Hurley doing weird things with his arms.
Not sure what that is.
Sorry, that was amazing. Scott the Duke McHugh flapping his hat around. So, get ready.
If only those bells on it.
Yeah. Should have got on my belt.
So strap in for a very festive hour and a half. Probably.
We don't know.
We don't know. We're not sure. We just don't. This is.
You'll know. Look at the bar. Across the
Yeah,
bottom
it's
of the screen.
slightly unscripted. This we just sort of have things we're going to chat about
Off the cuff.
for our usual roundtable discussion about all aspects of the hobby, from the serious to the silly.
They're very silly.
Yes.
I don't think today's going to be the most serious one we've ever done.
No.
Possibly ever.
Can you tell by the hats?
So
Hat wiggling intensifies.
we've got a slew of new releases that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Before we have a chat about the month in our hobby, which is probably a big section this month as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yes.
We'll have a look at all the social media stuff that's going on. It's really cool. Anything that could be described as Warhammer news. And we're going to celebrate Triple Crown Wargaming's first Christmas!
Yay!
Yay!
We're like excited little
Oh,
children.
we're like little kids because we have to be adults at home.
Adult life is hard.
It is
It
tough.
is.
I wouldn't recommend it.
4 out of 7 would not recommend.
Yeah, would not recommend. That's not a good
Would
score.
not do again.
No, would not adult again. So we'll start by checking out new releases. And honestly, you guys don't get to see the paper, but there is a slew. This is more than one page.
There's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. The Santa's sleigh is full, and he is bringing new releases to the Warhammer 8th edition community this month. So we'll start with some Games Workshop-y stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're probably the best
Cool.
place to start.
Quite a big name in the Warhammer
Yeah,
hobby.
in the
really, aren't
Warhammer
they?
hobby,
Well,
they're
I'd say
up there, aren't
they? They're up there.
They're like a cornerstone.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
they're up there.
And they have emptied, to begin with, 4 battle forces from Santa's sack. Now, at the time of us filming this video, which is about 7 days before you see this video,
Yeah.
all of them were still available.
They may
If-
not be.
They may not be now,
Yeah.
because they're always big sellers. But if they're not, ring your local Games Workshops.
Yeah,
Ring
they
your
might
local
have
hobby
some.
shops. Ring
Yeah.
them, because they often have them on the shelf, but they might not have them on their websites.
Yeah.
So it's always worth a chase. But there's 4. 3 of them were sort of slated up as like proper Christmas releases, and then there's this weird extra one that seems to have slipped out today or yesterday when we were putting this together. So we've got the first one is the Soulblight Gravelords one. This is called the Revenant Legion. It's 130 quid. You've got 20 skeletons, 40 zombies, a hat that makes your head itch.
They're really itchy, aren't they?
1 Vengorian Lord and 5 Blood Knights. So you save £54.50 as well, because we work the savings out.
Pretty good
That's
saving.
quite a nice
Yeah.
saving.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good, isn't it? 50 quid. You'd be pleased with that this time of year.
You're almost saving a third, really, aren't you?
Yeah, it's really cool.
By yourself. More Blood Knights.
Well, I think this is good because we've talked at length about the Blood Knight kit on this channel. Me and Scott did a whole thing on
We
it.
did. We did a whole kit chat.
Old tale.
But yeah, I mean, like they're good for characters too.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go
very
down that
good for
route.
counter-characters.
The Vengorian Lord's probably the thing I see the least use for.
Yeah, I think you've got 2 options, really. I think he's either a very tall Vargolf,
I think so too.
or he's a Morngul.
Yeah, see,
From
the
Storm of Magic.
Monsters
Or Monsters
Compendium's
Arcana?
always
One of
a Monsters Arcana.
I can't. Yeah.
That's always a good place to go for any of these models,
Yeah.
isn't it? If you've got a model and you're not sure what you could use it as,
Have a look in there.
maybe take a look at the Monsters Compendium.
Well, I was
Yeah.
about to say using it as a Mongol. Just whatever you got. Doesn't matter what it is.
Just use it as a Mongol.
If it's a dwarf, use it as a Mongol.
I'm
Painted blue and like ethereal.
I'm
using the
so
bubble.
upset. I've just realised that we should have lined up on our chair arms all of the Sisters of the Thorns. We've got little reindeers to pull us along
get out
today.
Yeah.
But I mean, the rest of the kit's
Absolutely
ace.
terrible.
40 zombies
Yeah.
is probably the bare minimum zombies you want to own.
Yeah.
And 20 skeletons is always a good start.
Yeah. I don't know actually. I've not looked at the new zombie kit. We might do a kit chat on them at some point. But
Oh.
with the old zombie kit, they came in a box of 20, but realistically, you could very easily make 30 or 40 out of them. I don't know if it's going to be the same with this kit. I doubt it because I,
don't
think
think so.
they're a lot less sort of.
They're not multi-part,
components.
really.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
what
No more having a hand on a base as a zombie
Yeah,
coming
well,
out of the ground.
I don't think I'd go that far, but I would go like half of a zombie coming out of the ground.
He would.
Personal attack.
You got a hand
But-
bursting out of the ground.
I'd
I've
go
got a
like-
gravestone on there.
I was like, even haven't you just got a base with just a gravestone?
I've got a piece of
I
fence.
had 3
in the middle
bases
of
with
mine.
just gravestone.
Piece of fence.
No, but it's cool. That creates like a really cool looking unit.
But I think the old zombie kit did that well, and I think, so I don't think you'll be able to do that with the new kit, which is a shame.
But-
you could still, add a few gravestones in there and things like that, multi-base a couple of them to, expand that. You'd probably get 50 out of them.
That Soulblight Gravelords kit range in general though
Yeah.
is excellent if you want to start a vampire count.
Yeah,
Soulblight.
yeah.
It's still really good. Obviously, sorry, we're talking about using them as vampire counts.
Yes.
Obviously.
They're really good for that, and that's been one of the standout Age of Sigmar ranges, I think, for that crossover
the
effect.
Start collecting box they brought out a little while ago with all the Grave Guardians.
It's
Black
not a
Knights.
surprise that was sold out for like weeks,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I mean, 3 of them are sitting in my spare room.
No, I've got one.
Well, I've built 5 of the 15 knights from the 3 boxes.
So I'm going to drag us a little bit more bending the envelope a little bit, if you will, and we're going to look at the second one of these battle forces, which is the Lumineth Realm Lords Venari Shining Host.
Okay.
Now you get one. I've got some notes here, and I'm really sorry. So you get one Venari Lord, which is the guy that looks like he's riding a llama. If you don't know,
Lovely llama.
You've got a Star Shard Blister, which is a bolt thrower. You've got a Venari Banner Blade, which is a BSB, and then you've got 5 Dawn Riders, and which can be Silver Helms or I think they're better as helms, but they do Illyrians okay. 5 Blade Lords, Swordmasters, and 10 Aurelian Wardens, Spearmen. Now this one is a big saving because that is a really expensive range of kits.
Yeah, it is a very expensive
so it's
range.
130 quid, and you're saving 69.50.
Wow. That's a lot.
40%.
Yeah.
Now look, I think it is a bit of a stretch because there's the crossover.
Oh, sorry, I also want to panic 35%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No worries.
I was just about 40% was my guess.
It's not that. It's
Well,
about 35.
you can tell which one of us is a professional accountant.
Yes, it's not-
and which one of us
It's
isn't.
has
not
to
about
say that,
40%,
yeah.
it's
You have
about
to.
35.
You have to say
But
it.
carry on.
But discounts are available from selected discount
Yeah.
retailers, so you could get down to 40%.
Probably getting less than that, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you are stretching a little bit. I've seen the Spearmen put onto squares, 20mm squares. They look actually pretty good. The Dawn Riders are okay. I'm not mega keen on the horses, but in general, I think they're okay for what you're talking about. Some of the other stuff's more of a stretch. The Blister's good actually, and the Banner Bearer's fine, but the Lord on the Llama
his banner
is
is huge.
difficult.
The banner bearer.
Yeah.
He's massive. He's so tall. But he works very well as a BSB.
Look, if you like the aesthetic of them, I've seen people doing high elves with them, and it definitely can be done with them.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a lot of money for a 25.
Well, and this is why this box.
Yeah,
I'm like, if
it's
I
a
was
good
going to do it, I'd
saving.
probably
I'd
get
do it
2.
that way.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
definitely be looking at that.
Yeah.
And I'd be maybe getting some Shadow Warriors and building them as Sisters of Avalon, getting the little bows, gluing you got little like quivers and bows for the Shadow Warriors, be gluing them on the back of the Spearmen for Seaguard if I wanted to as well. Just giving you options as always on the channel. So we're going to move on to the Battle Force Head Knights of Sonesh. This one is called the Sybarite Blade Carnival.
Carnival.
I almost said Carnival, didn't I?
Cardinal?
Carvery. Get down to Toby Carvery. Other buffet-related businesses are available.
The old Toby.
But 130 quid again, sensing a theme. Now this one you get 10 Myrmidesh Painbringers, thanks Max. 10 Bliss Barb Archers and a Homunculus. 3 Slangor Fiend Bloods. 5 Slickblade Seekers. They're really hard to say. And 1 Shard Speaker of Sonesh. And then you save 66.50.
It's a big
Another good
baby.
saving, yeah.
It is. And I don't have any strong feelings either way on these figures, actually.
Really?
No, well, we could discuss that later if you
We're
want.
going to discuss it later on. I like them. I like the Heathen Knights.
So the Painbringers are excellent Warriors of Chaos.
Yeah.
Pure Sonesh Warriors of Chaos. They look the part. They are amazing. The Slangor are really good. We'll talk about what they might be useful for later.
Yeah.
They're great models though. And actually, if you attended our last narrative event, one of the gentlemen there had a Demons of Sonesh army, Michael.
Yep.
And he had some of those in with his Fiends of Sonesh, which
Yeah,
really
they work really
broke
well.
up the look. They looked ace.
And help them rank up because Fiends do not like to go into
No,
race.
they don't. They really don't.
So yeah, the Shard Speaker's a great wizard, great model, and the Slickblade Seekers we'll come back to chat about later too.
Yeah.
The only thing you don't have
Go
a
on.
use for is a Bliss Barb Archers, really.
They're really rough because they're beautiful figures, but they've got bows, and there's just not really a way around that for Warriors
No.
of Chaos players
Or demons.
or demons. So but we'll discuss some ideas you could use with them later
Yeah.
too, because I'm going to get too into it otherwise. Now, the last one of their battle forces I've got at the somewhere else on this page. It's just there. Why have I put it below?
I don't know why you've done that.
Weird.
It's weird.
Thanks, Max. So the last one is Ossiach Bone Reapers. Now, I know Nick Gorn, long-time friend of Triple Crown Wargaming,
Friend of the show.
is a big fan of these models. So this is called a Mortisian Tithe Echelon. Echelon?
Yeah, Echelon.
125 quid. You get one Mortisian Bone Shaper. That's the fella who's like doing the thriller and he's got like a dude.
If you turn the
head the other way, he's just dabbing.
He dabs.
Dabbing, which is great.
That's the strong
You've got one Mortisian Soul Reaper. He's the guy who's doing this and he's got like a spear praising the sun. You've got one Mortec Crawler, which is the bulks guy with the...
No, the Mortec Crawler is the catapult.
Oh, is that the catapult?
That's the catapult. The Crawler is a catapult.
I thought that was the
Gothazar Harvester.
Gothazar Harvester.
He's the big monster.
He's the hench monster with the weirdly whose groin area is a little skeleton waving, which I think is amazing. And then you've got three of their Necropolis Stalkers, which are the four-armed sort of constructy looking dudes, monstrous infantry, and you've got 20 Mortec Guard, which are just their basic sort of skeletons.
Spear and shield.
Yeah, they've got hammer and shield spears. Yeah, very good.
I am a big fan of Ossiach Bone Reaper models, to be honest. Some of them aren't so good, but overall,
I'm a fan of some of them.
I quite like a lot of them.
Just some.
Yeah.
55 quid saving though. So if you're a fan,
I'm a fan of the saving.
Again, you can use. There is crossover here. You can use them as Tomb Kings.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
But they really probably work best if you're doing an Undead Legion for end time stuff. Because they did the Mortarks, which were designed to fit in with that range. You want to bring the Mortarks in, then you can bring in troop units from 2 army books that look and feel and fit to those figures really well. That's probably the way I'd do it.
Yeah, then you've got options for those monstrous infantry. You can either go as Crypt Horrors, or you can go as Ushapti.
I must hate to say it, I think they're better as Ushapti in terms of their equipment and stuff. But Ushapti
give them wings, use Vargeist.
Yeah, sure.
Don't do that.
You've obviously the catapult is a catapult. Again, though, you are still stuck for the harvester as for what to use that as.
Whenever in doubt, call him a Vargulf.
Maybe
a
possibly
Sphinx.
Quite big.
I don't think it's Sphinx. I'd more go towards Bone Giant.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I'd probably go.
Maybe.
Sorry,
like
not Bone. Necrolith Colossus.
Oh, he's way too small for that. I'd say.
No, it's the same thing.
That's Bone Giant. Yeah.
Necrolith Colossus. It's the official name of Bone Giant.
No, that you're thinking of.
I'm thinking Necrofex.
That's the one for vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that.
You're thinking.
We're fun. We're having fun. Yeah, that's my reindeer.
Ho, ho, ho.
Kicked up, kicking up my reindeer there. So yeah, you save some money if you like those models. It's a good saving. I think the jury's out for us. I think you guys probably like them more than I do. But
I like some of them.
I see some stuff in
the
there.
Mortec Crawler is huge though.
He is massive.
He is absolutely massive.
So I'm going to move us away from those and onto some other sort of more regular kits for a moment. So the first one of them is Crondy's Son of Dracothian.
Or Crondis.
Crondis?
I'd say Crondis.
Maybe Crondis, yeah.
Where is it?
I'd say Crondis.
I like the fact that this literally is being filmed. We're fine. We're just friends. Crondis, he's £95. He's the new big Age of Sigmar dragon. You can build him in 2 different ways. It's a dragon. Yeah. Put a dude on the back of it. Hit up your Storm Magic book, hit up your Monsters Arcanum book. He's a dragon. Yeah. I mean, we don't need to say anymore. Dragons are cool. That is just 100% immutable fact. Like it or don't.
If you're James Lamond, they are like eight times in your army, really.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I spoke to Santa about it yesterday. He's complete agreement. He was like, me and Rudolph were chatting, and we think dragons are cool. But I mean, due to legal reasons, he can't replace Rudolph with a dragon. Otherwise,
I mean, he replaced all the reindeer at that point in time.
We'd just mess up his insurance as well.
Okay. The premiums are through the roof.
The reindeer trade unions are getting on that.
And they would, they'd be
okay with
strikes.
that.
And they're pretty friendly with the elf trade unions as well, and that would cause big issues for the workshop.
You don't want the alliances to form, do you?
No, it's dangerous. That's dangerous. You're just one man. You're just one man in a red suit.
Who, in all honesty, is running a very strict capitalist.
You really are running a big operation. So they're £95, which is
back to the dragon. Yeah.
95 quid. They're pretty spicy for 95 quid.
Yeah.
They are large though. I saw one the other day, and they are. This is helpful to you guys at home.
Oh, yeah, that helps.
My head. Imagine my head.
Oh, is it that big?
No, it's pushing it. The wings are very large. The base it comes on is the really big round one.
The massive one. I saw the one that Archaon comes on now.
Yeah, on the new Archaon.
And I think like Nagash and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, my Nagash is on a Terrorgeist base because I'm a real man. But Storm. So the other thing they've done in Dragon form is the Stormdrake Guard. Now they are Stormcast Eternals, and if anyone wants to boo, they may. But I mean, look, we're not. It's just I mean, you're not going to really use those in Warhammer. No. There's not really a use for the Stormcast.
I can see the actual dragons maybe being used as
the dragons. The dragons are they're pretty big as well. You could use them as a dragon.
Could you? Really?
Are they that big?
They're you got to think like all the kits have kind of gone up in scale.
I have scaled. I didn't think they would have scaled that.
No, they are. They're £68 for 2, so they are not small.
Okay.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, we've not seen the size.
If you've got some pictures, because you've purchased one, you want to stick it on on the pages, on the Facebook, or email across to us, any of that, we'd love to see it.
I mean, you can.
I'm just mumbling away over here today, aren't I? So
I'm going to continue with the Pterodon theme. You can make your Saurus Pterodon riders. That'd be quite cool to see.
So you might be able to use them as dragons.
Silence in the studio.
Silence is down.
Yeah, you might be able to use them as dragons.
Mullering Max's ideas.
Okay.
£68, 2 in a box if you want to use them.
Yeah.
So move on to something that's a bit more terra firma for Warhammer Fantasy, and that is the new Rotbringer Sorcerer for Nurgle Warriors of Chaos. He's a wizard. He's got a pickaxe. He's Nurgle.
It's a massive scythe as well. It's a pickaxe sort of scythe.
Is it? I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. We like it. It's 1850. If you want to know for a specific wizard,
there's always a use for Nurgle sorcerers.
Nurgle's good. Check out the Warriors of Chaos deep dive for more information.
Laura Death, even better.
I wouldn't do Laura Death on them. There's too short range for the warrior.
Put on a flying carpet.
Hold tight. More on this. More on this later. Moving on, they've also released a Vanguard Maggotkin of Nurgle box to go alongside him. Now, this is really good for those guys playing sort of End Times Chaos Legions, or if you just collect Warriors of Chaos and Demons. So you get 10 Plague Bearers, 1 Spoil Scrivener. I've literally got here Herald of Nurgle.
That is what it is.
And then you get you get 2 of the Chaos Warriors on the Rot Flyers.
I can't remember what they're called.
The flyers that you can use for demons with demons on the back normally.
Yeah.
Which I can't for the Plague Drones. Plague Drones, thank you.
Oh, well, they're Rot Flyers. The unit is Plague Drones.
Yeah.
But the flyers are
and you get 5 Putrid Blight Kings. Now, the Blight Kings have End Times rules.
They do.
Andy, who we featured his Warriors of Chaos army on Saturday Showcase before.
Yeah.
He managed to put them on 25mm squares, and they looked ace. And he put them in a unit of Warriors of Chaos, and they look so good.
They do look quite good.
They've got lots of uses. Those guys, they're really cool figures. And the actual kind of characters on the Rot Flies, they're just a character on a demonic mount. Which is excellent because you get 3 wounds and your toughness 5. You love to see it. So plenty of use there. £78.50 is a big number, but those are quite expensive kits. You still save £39 on buying them on separate.
The real thing that pushes that the price of that box up is those 2 flyers. They're £40 for 2 of them.
So you basically get them for nothing.
Yeah.
So over to Full Drive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite excited about this one.
I know you are.
We've got Barrick Farblast. Now he is Blood Bowl. We do love to get a bit of Blood Bowl into Warhammer Fantasy Battles on this channel. It's been a big thing lately. Now he is £21 and he is a dwarf firing a football from a cannon
on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's off the floor. It's great.
He has been shot off his feet.
Yeah.
So there's a few ways you can use him. We chatted about maybe like doing some stuff and converting him to an engineer.
Yeah.
I would take the football off, put a cannonball in the space of it. I'd chain him to the floor with some. Just go to your local DIY shop, get some chain, any of that
sort of thing.
Chain him up to the floor, put a couple of dwarves with him, boom, you've got really cool, fun, thematic dwarf cannons, and I think they're really classically the fun side of Warhammer when you do that.
That is the experimental cannons that dwarves all, and they love experimental stuff.
This is the perfect episode of a show whilst we sit here in red hats to talk about like a model like that and that sort of conversion. So
he is a very nice model, though, regardless of what he is.
Beautiful, lovely. I love that Blood Bowl armour on him as well. I think it's so nice. Very cool, guys. So we're going to move away from Games Workshop because we are still not done. Oh, actually, I'm lying. There's another Full Joe thing. Let's do the last Full Joe thing. I don't know why I've put these things in this order.
Yeah, it's really odd order.
So you've got also the Escher Chimerex. Now, this is a Necromunda model. But we had a good look at this, and we think Chaos Spawn of Zench,
Yeah.
awesome, really unique, really cool. He's sort of got like a bit of a sort of Chinese dragon feel going on him as well.
It's like he has a weird tail, it's like crocodile tail, then stops midway and becomes a lion tail at the end of it, which is a really just interesting way of making the model. And the actual top half is like, I don't even know. They said like a Chinese dragon sort of thing.
Very
like,
cool.
like a leonine head. Sort of thing.
Leonine head.
There you go. That's the right word.
That's the one. So he's 24. So very cool, but 24 quid from Full.
If you like Spawn, and I really wish you well if you do like Spawn. You can obviously use it.
He's a cool model. We're just giving you uses for cool models now.
Yes.
So there's a couple of bits from Mantic Games as well, and they're Kings of War kits. Now they've done 2 mega armies, which I guess are for Christmas as well.
Yeah, I think they do them regularly.
They do mega armies quite. They sort of tend to hold them in the range though, whereas Games Workshop tends to do them sort of in and out. There's 2. Now one of them is the Undead Mega Army. Now look, you've been to a lot of Warhammer events like we have. You'll see plenty of independent events where people are using the undead from Mantic.
Yep.
They're super popular.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
That's why they're super popular. Now you get...
Here we
go through this. 1 resin undead Archosaur Necromancer. So he's a bit like a lizard man necromancer. Don't see a lot of use for him, got to be honest. 1 PVC plastic army standard on horse. That's nice. That's like a White King battle
BSB.
Standard on horse. That's not
or vampire. To be fair, vampire BSB.
I think it's a skeleton.
Oh, is it?
The model, yeah. I think so, yeah. 6 plastic werewolves. Cryptoros. 42 plastic zombies. 20 plastic skeletons. 20 plastic skeletons with command. So you've got 40 skeletons. This is literally how it came off their website. 10 plastic undead revenant troops. And 10 plastic undead revenant command, so 20 Graveguard.
Yeah, they're more armoured skeletons. Basically.
And then you've got 20 ghouls.
Yeah.
That's a lot of figures.
A lot of models in there.
A lot of figures. It's like sort of 150 or whatever. £110.
Yeah.
That's
now I'm not super sold on the models, but that is a really hard to argue about price.
That's the start of a really competitive vampire counts army, realistically.
Yeah, you got a lot of skellies, big block of zombies, some ghouls, which you'd want to add to.
Graveguard aren't bad.
No, they're not bad at all.
You just to build around them, didn't
you? Yeah, absolutely. Cryptoros as well, super good.
The only thing you're missing out is on your vampire. Realistically,
yeah, which you can just
and Terrorgeists,
and Terrorgeists, obviously,
or Hexwaves if you like.
Can't have a vampire on without Terrorgeists, can you?
Well, you can,
but you don't, though, do you?
Might be good, but you can.
So yeah, I mean, look, it's pretty good value box. And speaking of that, the last offering is another Kings of War box.
This is the
final one
quite excited
for the day, and these are called Rift Forged Orcs, and it's the Rift Forged Orcs Mega Army. This one. Now this comes with 80 Rift Forged Orcs. I can't say that word. Now they're actually really nice.
They are.
I'm really impressed. You can tell they're the newest generation of Mantic models because the quality is just going up with them.
Yeah.
Now you can build them with hand, weapon, and shield. That's this build, James, or great weapons. That's this build.
Yeah.
So you've got plenty of choice there. Yeah. They immediately screamed Black Orcs to me, but I think you could easily do regular Orc Warriors.
I'd probably use them as regular Orcs because I like the actual Black Orc models.
I do as well.
And you can't actually buy regular Orcs anymore.
Now you also get a Stormcaller on Manticore, or as I'm going to call him, a Stormcaller on Miniclaw because it's really small. But you could put it on it goes on a 25 by 50 cav base. You just use it as Shaman on a boar. You get 3 of their Thunder Seers. Now these scream stone trolls to me when you look at them.
They scream stone trolls, and we also use them. We had a discussion. You can use them as chaos ogres.
As
well.
Yeah, I think they'd work really well for that.
Because they're armoured. They got their troll. They got that ogre feel to them. Quite nice. So you can use them there.
And then you've got a Rift Forger, which is just an Orc Shaman, basically. Yeah. Again, 110 quid. I mean, if you were just getting it for the 80 Orcs, you're paying less than 150 an Orc. That's incredible.
I might actually look into myself for getting this for my Orcs.
Because you haven't got enough.
No, I haven't got. My 7,000 points is constantly growing at this point in time.
So that's it. That's everything. Loads.
We've got through the new.
I've emptied Santa's sack. It's all gone.
I want more. I want more stuff.
Well, I think we can discuss that now.
No.
So shall we get progressively worse? I think I'm possibly the worst this month. So we'll start with the Duke this month. So let's move on to the month in our hobby.
Yes.
Scott, what have you been working on?
To be fair, I think I'm probably the worst.
No, I mean in terms of volume, I'm definitely doing the most this month.
Yeah,
I think I'm beating you this month.
What have I done so far? I have built 5 hex wraiths.
I heard you had a fun time building those 5 hex wraiths as well.
They're a nightmare. They didn't come with instructions for hex wraiths.
Why
They came
not?
with Black Knight instructions. Which is a note, actually, to anyone who has got that or is going to get that Soul Blight Gravelord Start Collecting box. If you want to build them as hex wraiths, you get all the parts. You don't get the instructions.
That's why. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I love it.
Buy a box of hex wraiths as well.
Just my phone going at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. Have you got any instructions for building X-rays, mate?
It's just weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, and they are a real pain to put together
really
without
awkward
instructions.
without instructions.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so I built them 2 days ago.
And haven't touched the rest of them since.
9 days ago now.
Well, 9 days ago when you see this. That is it. That's all I've done this month.
No painting or anything like that?
No.
Any purchases, Scott?
No.
Silence is damning.
I don't think so.
Any plans for the future?
Getting stuff done. Yeah. Oh, no, that's a lie. I also built 2 Terrorgeists.
Oh, yeah.
And base coated them.
Not that it's a Terrorgeist addiction with you at the moment.
No. But yeah, that's all I've actually done this month. Sort of for the future though, I think I said this last month, but I want to get on with my Empire, my Middenheim Empire.
Yeah.
Get on with them, get some more of them painted. I quite enjoyed painting the Swords of Ulrich, the sort of 10 swordsmen I've done, so I want to add to them, but I'll probably start on a new unit first.
Mix it up.
Yeah, probably a Hellblaster.
Let's get some Toot and Guard. Come on, we all want to see Toot and Guard.
Yeah, not yet. So yeah, I'll probably work on a Hellblaster next. That'll be my next thing. I've just got to get the blue right because I couldn't quite get it how I wanted it on the swords. It's not the end of the world because they're in a darker blue anyway. So and I wanted them to stand out, but I want it much lighter for the rest of the army. So I want to work out what blue I want to use. Yeah, yeah.
How about you, Max? What have you been working on?
Oh, I have missed out in the past couple of months in my hobby, and I made up for it this month. Oh boy, did I! So I bought Chaos Dwarf Army.
Oh, we're on purchases. We're already on purchases.
Yeah, on purchase. So my
big shout out to Rob.
Big shout out to Rob. Yeah, he did. So a friend of ours, he sold me his Chaos Dwarf Army, like a full 2,500 point Chaos Dwarf Army.
Yeah,
and I will say, I love it. I saw that they've got 6 Bull Centaurs in there with Bull Centaur Torok. And those models are huge, and they are lovely.
Really nice.
They are such nice models. I've got the cow, the murder cow, the Baltaurus. I've got the Baltaurus with the guy on top. He's a really nice model.
So
I've got
bringing back bad memories.
Well, murder cow, murder cow murders.
Murder cow does murder.
I've got a magma cannon, death shrieker, about 30 odd hand weapon shield, infernal guard, or just Chaos Dwarf warriors. And there was some 3D printed Fireglaive or Blunderbuss models.
Yeah.
I can't remember the specific, because I've seen them on the website. I can't remember the specific website they're from, but they are pretty printed.
Helpful.
We'll try and find out.
But the 2,500 points of Chaos Dwarf, I'm really happy because I now own every Chaos army.
Yeah.
Well, you don't own Skaven.
It's not a Chaos army! Stop!
Every time we just pull that chain, don't we? Every time.
It's not Chaos.
Oh, Christmas is definitely coming early for
January's this month in Warhammer. Max buys a Skaven army.
I mean, it's my birthday in January, so that is a concern. So that's the buying side of things done. I've also bought an Savage Orc Warboss.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
I also bought Savage Orc Warboss.
He's more interesting at the moment to me.
He's more interesting. And in terms of the actual hobby side of things, I've started painting my Savage Orcs. I bought the Savage Orc and I painted him on the day I received him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
really cool.
He's actually done.
You were that excited?
I was actually really excited to get him, and I painted
model.
the commands for my Savage Orc units. So the champion, musician, and banner bearer are done.
That's 3 Savage Orcs and a character now.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Out of I don't know 40.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So it's not bad. I started making a scratch into it. So I've been quite busy this month.
What Warboss did you get? Was it the one with the double-handed axe?
The giant double-handed axe. Yeah.
That is Basher's axe is stunning smashing.
That really
I don't
is,
care what anyone
yeah.
says. That is Basher's axe is stunning
Yeah, it
smashing.
is. And I quite like the way that, so a lot of the stone is going to be like obsidian.
Yeah.
So how I did my Bestigar armor
Yep.
is going to be the stone weapons on the Savage Orcs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
So like obsidian stoneworks on them.
Yeah,
so I think it
nice.
looks really
I look forward
nice
to
once
seeing
it's
that.
all good and done.
Yeah.
And then apart from that, I think I'm done realistically.
Oh, I've definitely done the most then.
Yeah.
What is the plan for next month?
Continue to paint the Savage Orcs and get my Orcs and Goblins down, and maybe buy Skaven. Who knows? Who knows? By
How do we do this? How do we achieve
It
it?
doesn't take much.
My
does it,
brother
with
already
maths?
owns the majority of the Skaven army.
He does.
Yeah,
He does
he
own
does
a lot of
own a lot of
Skaven,
it.
so
Yeah.
all I've got to do is just take those off him and buy them.
Just steal those from your brother.
I mean, they're sitting in his room or down in like the sort of not a shed, but it's sort of like the
Tell him it's a Christmas present.
from him to me.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Now,
And then sing him like a jaunty Christmas tune.
a jaunty Christmas. Do I jive like that? Do I go like that as well?
Have a good time. No,
What?
see, probably.
What Christmas tune was that?
That tune.
Okay.
God, you loser.
I'm the loser. Okay.
Yeah, we said it.
Okay.
But yeah, so now I've actually said it, I thought I had a lot more, but I did buy a lot.
It's a lot of army to
It's
buy,
a lot
isn't
of
it?
army,
Yeah.
and then I've got a lot of Orcs and Goblins to start making my way through this point. There is 7,000 points in that case that needs to be painted.
I just don't want to talk about piles of shame. That's just it's just a big error.
So big man, come on,
I've
you've
done
been
quite-
itching.
I've done quite a lot of work this month because I was I had that period. I don't know if you guys remember at home. I had that period where I wasn't really getting much done.
No, not even Chaos Dwarves are getting done.
No, they are done. Thanks, Chris Page. So working on hobby wise, I've done quite a bit. I've done best part of a regiment of crossbow quarrelers for my dwarves, for which we're going to try and get on the channel at some point after Christmas. I've also managed to build another lot of Empire stuff, which has gone over to Warpaint Mini to get some more done. So built some demigriffs and built some
Great swords? Or did you send those out?
no,
you sent them the first
I've got to send some more great swords.
Right, okay.
There's some more to go
Crossbows?
with that. No, but archers though.
Oh,
Built a load of archers and built some other bits like that. So yeah, some Empire stuff. I'm sorry, I just can't remember that.
the
off the
archer
top of my head.
holding the chicken is a personal favourite of
Yeah, I love that. The pheasant,
The
killing
pheasant,
archer.
sorry.
I love him. So yeah, bit of Empire put together. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. And then
the main event. Come on.
I might have purchased a new army like Max. I might have purchased 3,000 points or more of a new army in one go because I'm a big child. So I am gonna say that mega army, that Battle Force for Christmas, the Slanesh one, that tickled my biscuit big time. I was like, right, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a Slanesh Chaos Warriors army because Scott's looking vampire heavy for next year, aren't you?
Yep.
And Max is, whatever he
knows?
buys that week.
It'd be Beastmen or Orcs. It'd be one of the two. That'd be my main.
Or Chaos Dwarves.
Or Chaos Dwarves. Or Skaven.
Or Skaven, apparently not.
Well, listen, man, they're still sitting in my room.
Demons? You've got some demons to get
I
painted?
want to do my Zinch Demon army. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to do that
Plenty
one.
to
So
do
we're
that.
up to, what, 5, 6 now? Who knows?
7. I think it's 7.
You just roll a dice and see what you get, what max you get on the day. But I'd like, and I can't promise it, I will be able to get it out to some events, but we're going to Holmfirth in April and I'd really like to take this army to that. So it's going to be really heavily Slanesh themed. It's almost all Slanesh.
Yeah.
But because of those models in that kit, I couldn't make it all Slanesh because not all of it kind of has appropriate
Slanesh-y
kind of
counterpart.
crossover. Yeah. So big unit of Warriors of Chaos, which
So
is
you
going to
bought
be.
2 of the boxes.
I bought 2 of the boxes.
Two
yeah.
of the Battle Force boxes.
Yeah,
which
and
is
then some things that went with it.
some optional extras on
Yeah,
top.
like 2 chariots, 2 units of Hellstriders because they're really cool. 10 Marauder Horsemen because you need Marauder Horsemen.
Yeah, you do.
More Slangor Fiendbloods. Is that it? Oh, and Big Vald, as I'm going to
You
call
did
him.
better by Big Man.
He's Sigvald, but he's bigger. He's Big Vald. So
He's a lovely model.
I'm going to stick some wings on Big Vald, which Scott's reliably definitely not forgotten to bring the frame for the
definitely
wings
forgot.
on. So some wings are going to go on Big Vald, my
I don't
Demon
think he
Prince.
needs the wings. I've got the model. I don't think he needs them.
He's got a fly, mate.
He's floating.
He's not Superman.
He's
floating.
He's floating.
Walking down the stairs.
No, he's literally on that bit. That's his joint.
He's pirouetting at
Yeah,
best.
That's his
he's
joint.
pirouetting.
He is floating.
He's
He's-
pirouetting.
he's-
You'll
getting-
see. You'll all see.
Big Vald's getting wings. So I'm going to have Big Vald with the wings. I'm going to have a big block of Warriors of Chaos, which I've got to come up with a unit filler for at the moment because they're such cool figures. But I'm just worried about the ranking up side of it.
Yeah.
The Slick Blade Seekers in that box.
Which
Which
is
are like
giant.
the
Which are
big Hellstriders.
The big Hellstriders, yeah.
Giant.
There's a lot of conversion going in on these. I'm
Yeah.
swapping the legs on the riders and I'm sculpting armour onto the bodies so that they're much more armoured.
Yep.
And because of their size, they can't be cav, so they're going to have to be, I'm really sorry, Slanesh players, they're going to have to be
Skull Crushers.
Skull Crushers of Khorne instead. So there'll be 8 of them joining the fray.
You can find their Skull Crushers of Slanesh.
So, well, they're now Slick Blades of Slanesh, obviously. But so they'll be sort of the proxiest element, if you like, the most proxied element.
To be honest, I think they don't work too badly, as them. They're quite nice as a.
No, well, I put one on a base this morning, didn't I? And we've sort of had a little look, and we think the size is pretty decently comparable. There's going to be a lot of hobby work going into those as well.
They are taller, but they're a lot skinnier.
They're longer as well.
They are longer.
But they're a bit slimmer. So we think they're pretty good. Cover over. I've got the Slangors I'm going to use as my trolls. Because they're going to be wicked as trolls, and that was again inspired by Michael Duff using them as fiends, which are the same sort of size model, which looks brilliant. I'm just really excited, and all those Bliss Barb archers, there's not a great amount of use for them, but I'm going to kind of
utilise them in your other units.
Yeah, so they'll probably form parts of fillers maybe, and they'll definitely go on to. I bought that Pain. There's a little box that's like the Warcry Warbandy thing, whatever it's called.
Sort of 4 or 5
Diachasm thing, whatever it is, with the 4 models in it. I bought that box as well, because that's going to be a good BSB in there. And another Slangor, which is also useful. But so yeah, there's going to be lots of conversions, and that will be New Year stuff for me. But I'm going to put the Bliss Barbs on the chariots instead of like the Marauders on there, and swap some heads on the Marauder Horsemen. All sorts of stuff. It's going to be cool. That was a big purchase.
It's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
I feel very upset about how the size of that purchase at the moment, because I've got a lot of armies in the fire.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So, I've bought a lot. I've done more hobby than I've done for a while. I've built some Skaven stuff as well.
Yeah,
because we're going to need it for parts of videos that are coming up. So I built some Skaven models just so I'll have to sort them out at some point too. So plenty going on for me in the hobby, and there's lots to see going forward. Next month for me's difficult one. I really need to finish the dwarves, my regular dwarves, which are coming along at a reasonable chunk now. I've got the Gyrocops done as well, didn't I?
Yes, yeah, you did.
Which are stuck up on the channel.
Yeah.
So they're moving forward. But I am going to spend some time green stuff in these Slick Blades and kind of putting together this army. And I will put some whip shots up of units as they get built and things, because I'm so excited to finally be like embracing my inner Slanesh. I can't wait. So that's cool. So social media wise, it's been a funny old month really for us. We had such amazing interaction over the new Triple Crown GT pack. I can't believe that's. It feels like ages ago, but it actually wasn't. It was like
last week.
Last week.
For us, it was last week.
No, the pack itself.
The pack was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, the pack was 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks for you guys, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're all cannot thank everyone enough for the incredible interaction that we got on that this year. The changes to the comp, people seem to have really jumped on board with that positively by and large.
Yeah.
Just really cool stuff, and I think that bore its way out in our ticket release, which is the most successful ticket release we've ever had. So
hey, thanks guys.
And again, actually, really specifically, it's great that people watch us from all over, and that that you enjoy these videos when you're not a subscriber to our channel. But actually, we always do our tickets 24 hours early for subscribers.
For Night of the Realm subscribers.
We sold 43 of 44 tickets in that 24 hours. So it's just our Night of the Realm subscribers basically that bought them, and one lucky man at the end that snatched that last ticket from the jaws. I think when we put it up we said there was 2 left. Yeah. And I phoned you, didn't I? I was like, no, there's definitely only one. I've counted them. It's like, oh dear. So,
there was one that was sold about 10 minutes before I did the post.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So just honestly, we can't thank you enough. We're so excited about the event, and we've got some more cool stuff coming along. To go with that, we're going to have some product there this year off of the store. You can check that out on our website store. But we're going to be doing some new stuff, I think, to tie in with that more. And we've got some other things that are just being finalised that we cannot wait to announce. But we think they're things that are going to make the event even better for you guys that put your faith in us, and you still get to do all the stuff you expect to do in an event at the end of the day.
And the vast majority of you guys are going to join us for the quiz as well on Saturday night.
Yeah, like the vast majority of people.
Which will be awesome to see you all there and hang out in the bar as well on Saturday night.
I chat. I know you're excited about that, Max. But I also think with that, I did put a shout out the other day, but if you did not go for the Crown ticket, you didn't buy the dinner ticket, basically. Now I sound like a teacher at school. Don't forget your dinner ticket. You still can, providing you get in touch with us sort of by the end of January.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
We'll talk to the venue and we'll upgrade the number of dinners we've ordered.
Yeah.
But so don't feel like you if you decide, you know, have a chat with your pals or whatever and decide, oh, you know, actually we do want to stick around for that quiz or get involved in some dinner. I don't know where you're going to get dinner for a tenner in Colchester anyway.
McDonald's.
Unless you live there. So yeah, so amazing for us. As ever, give a quick shout out on our Saturday showcase. If you've got some cool models that you want us to feature, send them to us.
Otherwise, we'll just to show James's works in progress again. It's just
there's a lot of my work in progress.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Well,
oh my.
Cheap shot, Max. Cheap shot. But
From the hip.
send that over to us either through sort of Facebook or even better, send it to the Triple Crown guys at gmail.com.
Yes. It's only been, what, 7 months and you finally got the email address
I'm
now.
fine. Go back and watch the previous videos. I'm good on the email address.
I'll go back and watch the first one.
It was okay, yeah, well you can do that. Less good then. Less good. So yeah, very cool. Been a really cool month actually on that front, but it's mainly been around the GT, hasn't it? All that sort of social side of it this month, and obviously there's been plenty of updates from Warpaint Mini about their progress on the Empire stuff they're doing for us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Very exciting stuff too.
Yeah, and obviously speaking of Warpaint Mini, Liam from Warpaint Mini does have his painting masterclass that he's doing.
Oh, jump me! Look,
It's
in Warhammer News. You might as well do it now. Go on.
Okay, well I've started it now, so I'll finish.
Okay, all right, Mastermind.
Other BBC quiz shows are available.
Well, I've started, so I'll finish.
Anyway, Liam from Warpaint Mini is putting on his painting masterclass in January. Thank you. Where are we? January the 16th in Battlesbridge at Nerd Space.
He's going to steal the rest of it now.
Yeah, it's my sheet now.
Can if you want.
So yeah, head over to his Instagram. There'll be a link in the bio to buy your tickets there. Everything's included that you're going to need. All the paints, you get to take models home with you. Really good sort of way of learning a slightly different technique using a lot of contrasts. And actually, if you watched our live stream or you watch it back, not live, from
Just
two Saturdays ago. If you're watching this as it came out, then Liam sort of takes me and Max through that sort of process on a couple of different types of models. We put the ogres up from that a week and a half ago, roughly. If you're watching this now, as it comes out, I really sort of liked how that came out.
I love how you extrapolate the timelines. That's the hardest part for me.
It's like seeing, so the meme, like,
yeah, that's me. I am the meme, but it's like the cone is here.
the mathematician, the little symbols and the algebra flow through the air.
Yeah, the cogs turning. There'll be a smoke puffs out the air.
For me, it does.
But yeah, check out the live stream. Check out the photos of yogis to see the sort of what sort of result you can get with that technique, and then head over to Warpaint Mini's Instagram and get your tickets.
Yeah, very
cool. I
cool.
will hand you back your cheat sheet because I know you don't know what to do without it.
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. So we will, as we've dived into Warhammer News, so let's do it. As ever, I'll give a quick shout out to Champions Destiny, particularly if you're in the UK. Get onto Facebook, get yourself involved in that group. It's Champions Destiny, UK 8th edition Warhammer players, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put Champions Destiny and
I think it's got fantasy in there.
It will
somewhere.
say Fantasy 8th edition Warhammer players. It's a very cool group. I think it's up to about 500-600 members now. That's a lot of people on there. And it's a great place to share the hobby and to meet, and it's also a place you'll find loads of really cool stuff about future events.
Yeah, and you will find all of our social posts.
You'll see
Scott's name pop up quite a few times in that group.
Yeah, no, you won't, because in that group it's just our page.
It's just Triple Crown.
Because we're cool. Don't forget as well, if you've not signed up to our website, you can sign up as a knight errant completely free.
Yep.
So get over there and do that. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do free things. Yeah. And there's actually some more content that you can get on there for free.
Yeah.
So you'd be mad not to do it. It's minutes of your time. And then you'd be mad not to get a Knight of the Realm one for the next ticket release. Because you ain't getting them otherwise. So speaking of events, the other event that we're going to mention this month is that on the 29th of December, there is a Warhammer World Invasion that we're going to be going to.
Yes.
Now, we're not organising this, it's worth pointing out. It is at Warhammer World in Nottingham. And it's being organised, I think Mark Pete's taking the lead on this one.
Yeah, I think
so you can find the details on the Champions Destiny page if you're on there. And if you're not, get on there and then find the details. It's really easy. But we are going.
Yeah, so it's not...
Vicariously, we'll be
not
there.
sort of an event as such,
Vicariously, we won't be there vicariously. We'll be there
we'll
properly.
just physically be there. It's
We'll
not
be
sort of like an sort of structured event. Is probably the best way I can put it. It's more of a gathering of people going up to Warhammer World to play some games at the home of Warhammer. Yeah, you can arrange your games, on the day. You can arrange it on the event on the Facebook page. Any points value you want. I think most people are playing sort of somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000.
Yeah,
that sort of bracket. So it's good sort of time to get down, play some new people, maybe a new army that you added to for Christmas. Yeah, I mean if you can get it built in 4 days, well played.
Oh, that's
well played.
Some people have time off.
Yeah,
well.
Not me. But yeah, so if you are heading down, if you want to head down, it's totally free. You don't have to book a ticket or anything like that. Just head down. Let Mark know.
I would check it out. Yeah, I'd let Mark know.
Yeah,
before you
and sort of add yourself to the event so that we can get enough tables booked and everything. But yeah. We will be there. You will see.
We'll be there.
At least 2 of us. I don't actually think I've spoken to Max about it. Are you going?
I have to see. It's not.
You'll see at least 2 of us.
It's not a weekend, is it?
No,
it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Might be a bit of a trouble for me at this point, but I see what I can do about it. But
you'll see at least 2 of us.
Yeah, getting probably like picked last in gym class.
Yeah.
Anyone want a game?
Not against you.
I'll just be playing James all day.
I think we did that one year actually.
We drove all of the miles up to Warhammer World. You got lost twice.
Yeah, I did. It was fun.
Got there at like 1 in the afternoon and then just played each other, which we could have done here.
Just here, you didn't have to drive the one.
It's an annual thing. It's very cool and it's something that's awesome fun. So I like it. It gives me something to do over Christmas. Lets my family not have to see my face. So I think that's probably about it. So we're going to have a little chat about the first Christmas of Triple Crown Wargaming. Yay! So it's been an awesome year, hasn't it? It's not even a year, is it? Wow.
No,
8 months.
Yeah, about 8 months.
Yeah.
8 months.
8 months.
It was end of April, wasn't it, I think?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to say, for our next Christmas, can we get new hats? Because these are really itchy.
He's got with the fro in his hair.
Just molting red fluff.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, mate. You purchased the hats.
Yeah. And I did not do a good job. The store,
I did
the
suggest
big
getting
store.
reindeer antlers for you, though.
It would have been more comfortable because this hat is tight on my
You've
head.
got a big head.
This hat is tight.
The big store I bought them from suggests that every little thing they do helps. These hats do not help.
They don't.
Well, there you heard it here first. But yeah, no, honestly, we can't. I mean, we say it a lot, but we can't thank the community enough.
Yeah.
The support over the last 8 months has been incredible. The engagement, the interaction that we get is amazing. We go out to events and people are so nice to us. I don't think people.
Rare.
Yeah, but people are nice to me. It's lovely.
Yeah,
I'm usually shunned as some sort of social pariah. But
Yeah, by us.
oh God, not him. But yeah, and as I say, like certainly, like the amount of you that have chosen to subscribe is amazing.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
That's a big kiss from Max.
Big Christmas kiss from Max.
Smoochies from Max. Where's the mistletoe? Not near me. So we just thought we'd have a chat about kind of like how Christmas evokes Warhammer memories for all of us, really. Because I think that, I'm sure most of you probably started will have had a first. Well, you should have had a first Christmas in Warhammer.
Yeah,
but certainly, like a lot of you will have started as children, like we all did.
Yeah.
And so there's something really magical about that, I think. So I mean, what's your first sort of Warhammer-y Christmas memories?
More sort of broad than fantasy. I started my sort of miniature gaming hobby with Warhammer 40k, which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was Christmas 2009 was my first sort of Warhammer 40k Christmas. And then very soon after that, I got into fantasy with Skaven. It was actually my first army, which I wanted to do a plaguey army.
You did you?
He's so pleased with himself.
You did want to do that, Skaven, I did.
I did, yeah.
How many plague monks did you buy, or how many plague monks did you have?
In the army, there was 180. It was basically Skrulk, 180 plague monks, and 3 plague core catapults, and a plague furnace.
I'm just not sure
That
I'd
was
want to
about
fight it.
But I bought maybe 60 of them and was like, you know what, I don't want this Skaven army.
Moved on to
yeah, so they went into the cupboard and then bought an army that had 30 models in the entire army.
Significantly less.
Yeah, so they were my first sort of proper fantasy army that I really used and really enjoyed them, and then sort of really expanded them sort of for a few years they were my only fantasy army.
Yeah,
Good
they
few
were.
years. So my first Warhammer Christmas, Warhammer Fantasy Christmas, was the year after. That would have been 2010. So this will be my 11th.
Dates. I don't.
This will be my 11th Warhammer Fantasy Christmas.
Well, I don't have dates.
You're old.
Yeah,
You are
probably.
old.
I'm pre the dating system apparently.
Pre the Gregorian calendar.
Gregorian calendar. Yeah. How about you, Max?
Same as Scott. I started off with 40k, and my first ever Christmas purchase or Christmas gift for 40k was the Battle of McCrag box set.
Oh,
That's like 2004.
Yeah, I started my.
That's a really long time
I
ago,
started my
isn't it?
hobby in 2006. Yeah, of course you are.
Old.
My hobby started in 2006, so a good like 3 years before Scott did. Like towards the end of my primary school years. I got the Battle McCrag box set. I got all like the terrain pieces, the Sergeant Octavius and his tactical marine squad. And his.
Wow, yeah, you can remember the names.
I remember.
Amazing.
I remember you had the pilot with the gun and the gene seed like
the
that.
crashed.
The crash
cool, yeah.
crash set was really cool. So I got that as my first ever Christmas gift for 40k. And in terms of fantasy, as Scott said, it was probably about 3 years after. So going towards 2010 when 8th edition first came out. I did play 7th edition a little bit. I think for my birthday I got a Battle Force of Skavens. Essentially, I started with Skaven.
You very red.
Very red indeed. So for my birthday in like 2008 or something like that, when 7th edition was towards the end of its life cycle, I got Skaven. I played a couple of games. I didn't particularly like 7th edition because it wasn't like 40k. I was very young, very naive.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like 40k.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I didn't particularly enjoy it. And then when 8th edition came out, the first Christmas in which 8th edition came out, I got 2 Battle Forces of Warriors of Chaos.
oh.
It's a proper meaty gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 10 Chaos Knights, about 20 odd Warriors of Chaos. I only think 10 came in the box set or something like that. 10 or 12. And then the 40 Marauders.
40 Marauders, yeah.
They would have come in both
Loads of
box sets.
Marauders back then.
Yeah.
weren't They They were really good as well.
They
back then.
were back then with before this army book.
They just were so cheap.
They were
Yeah.
so cheap. Michael Corn, flails, and light armour. Good stuff. And the Warriors of Chaos from those 2 box sets still make a core part of my collection
Yeah,
today.
they're basically your core for every Warrior Chaos army.
The ones I use now, the Halberds are newer. The
okay.
Sword and Board.
Sword and Board ones.
The Sword and Border ones that I do own, they are the original from the 2
Yeah,
box
yeah.
sets. It's quite nice. It's like I've had them, as I said, like 11 years now.
Yeah.
11 years those Warriors have been.
I think my entire core section for my Ogre army has stayed the same since.
Yeah, stick up
Since
those.
weren't it?
buying the first box of Ogres.
Yeah.
It's always been Iron Guts.
Yeah, it's quite. So that's my
Pretty cool.
history of fantasy and
The
Warhammer.
brief history of
Yeah.
what Max
My
is.
collection.
Warhammer.
Well, yours is not going to be brief because it's going to be very long.
It's
No,
going to
not
be longer
really.
than 15 years because
so-
mine is 15 years and yours is going to be longer.
Yeah, it is longer than 15
Yeah.
years, yeah. So I started about 98, 99. I can't be
I was
absolutely
2 or
sure.
3.
Yeah, we was.
Yeah, I would have been about 10. So, and I had some friends that started playing 40k, and I went and bought like an Elder jet bike and some paint. And that was really where that began.
Do you still have that jet bike somewhere?
No.
Aww.
No, he went in a bin.
Aw.
I've still got
I
the
still have-
Guardians though that I bought. I bought the Elder jet bike, and then like 2 weeks later I bought
Yeah.
a box of Guardians. I've still got the Guardians.
I still have my very first Chaos Space Marine, which is, you used to go into a Games Workshop, they give you like a Space
Yeah,
Marine
yeah.
paint. I painted him as a
I
Chaos
was
Space
pre
Marine.
that system.
And I say it as painting him as a Chaos Space Marine. They sprayed him black for me, and I painted some gold trim.
So you're
No,
Black
so
Legion.
Black Legion. I was like, this is an easy paint scheme, I'll do that.
No, that bike got melted because there was so much paint on it. I was like, I'll put some paint stripper on it and that'll clean it off, and it just melted the bike. I was like, oh dear, oh dear. So that's the end of that bike.
That poor bike with his hand like that. The Terminator style with the
Yeah,
armour.
it really was.
Did he go like that? Did he put the thumbs up slowly
But,
as he went
but
down?
it kind of was a bit funny for me because I did that with a couple of those mates, and you kind of fall out with those mates. Not fall out like, oh, we're not friends anymore. You just kind of
Drift
make new
apart.
groups. You
Yeah.
know, I went to secondary school. They didn't go to the
Yeah.
same school as me. You know, you kind of end up apart. And then there was this little film 20 years ago called Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And that was just, they did the Agostini magazine. It was just so mind-blowing to me. I loved it. So my first proper Christmas of Warhammer was actually, was Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
And we're getting the Fellowship of the Ring box from the first movie. And
Mine's a Moria box. Yeah.
no, it was way before that.
Was
The
it
original
before that?
box had goblins and elves in it, so I never got that. I just wanted the characters because I
Ah,
loved
okay.
the kind of narrative of the story. So I got like the actual original Fellowship, which is about £25, I think, or something like that. You're going back, and some like and some Warriors and stuff. And then Two Towers came out, and I bought that was the year after, obviously, because they kind of staged, and I got the Two Towers box. The proper box, that was amazing. Did the same for Return of the King. Love to see it. But and then it was about 2005, 2006, I imagine. Whenever 2004, I don't know. When the Storm of Chaos happened.
Right.
I think that was 2003, 2004.
So that was Warhammer for me. Read the White Dwarves, saw the Storm of Chaos, and was just like, oh, this is the most cool thing in the history of cool things. I just loved it. I thought it was so cool. And then being the man I am, I was like, I need to find an army that really excites me. And so what I did was narrowed that down to which I thought had the coolest dragon model.
And obviously they came out of High Elves at that point in time.
Legit, that was it. It was just, I want a dragon, and it was Dark Elves or High Elves. Because I liked the Malekith model, I liked the Imrik model, and they were the preeminent dragons of the day.
They would have been, wouldn't they? The
and so...
S-Dragons.
Yeah, and so it was one of those two, and I ended up making the final decision when we was like on holiday somewhere, like sort of down by the coast for a week, sort of thing. And there was an independent stockist in the town, so we went in and found it, but they only had High Elf stuff, they didn't have Dark Elf stuff, so that was how I flipped the coin. I just thought, well, I'll go High Elves first.
You didn't choose. That
independent stockist.
That random independent stockist did it for
of
you.
High Elf archers, I've still got them. I've still got the archers. And then,
Wow.
And then after that,
Never used them, 'cause you never used archers.
my first proper Warhammer Fantasy Christmas was when they released they released a big slew of High Elf plastics in the December or November, and that was I got the Dragon Mage kit, and the Lion Chariot,
Spear Elves?
and no, they were out way before that. I had those. I got some other things that went with it. That was an amazing Christmas. Loved it. Couldn't tell you what year it was. Probably about the same sort of time as you guys, 2007, 2008. It must have been around that sort of time, I'd have thought. Loved it. Amazing. Still got the Dragon Mage. Took some pictures of him the other day, actually. Repainted the wizard on the back since. But the dragon is literally how I painted him when I first got him when he came out.
Nice.
So whenever he came out was when I painted him. So yeah, loved it. So cool. And then some great Warhammer Christmas memories since. You know, like it's the little things, isn't it? Like the kind of.
Yeah, it's little bits and pieces.
It's sometimes those little gifts are the ones that really like sing for you. So, yeah, really cool. I just think it's nice to relive that nostalgia sometimes.
You are old, so you'll forget otherwise.
Which kind of brings me on to my my favourite thing about Christmas, which is that I get loads of time off. I didn't when I worked for Games Workshop because I was in retail and we used to. But then I used to like that the other way because you used to kind of do the hobby in the shop with the kids and stuff like that. And so it was,
Christmas holidays were a lot.
It was a real hobby time, you know what I mean? And
I remember spending all of my school holidays in Games Workshop.
Every single school holiday.
With Scott.
Yeah.
And with James as well.
Yeah, when I worked
there. Yeah,
so
every single one.
6 weeks holidays, every half term, every 2-week holiday.
It was great when I was in college as well because I was only in college 2 days a week for my first 2 years of college. So 3 days a week, I'd just sit in a Games Workshop and paint.
Doing hobby,
It'd be great. I'd book, phone up, book the painting table at like 10 o'clock whenever they opened. I'd just be there all day.
I love that. And again, like that's what I love about Christmas because I get that time off, spend it with my family and stuff as well, which is amazing. But it's that nice time for me to just sit down and do some hobby stuff that I really want to do or really enjoy.
Yeah.
Just tell us your own Christmas memory, your first Warhammer memories from Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Put those in the comments. That'd be lovely to hear.
Or why you like Christmas? Because I mean, I know that you like to get slayed.
Get Warhammered.
Yeah, me and Scott do enjoy the Warhammering side of it.
Yeah, I've not been able to this last year though, because not last year, the year before, because I was driving everywhere. Pre-COVID, obviously, I was driving like my family, my partner's family, the other half of her family, the other part of my family, all over the place. I'm going to do very similar this year.
I don't leave the house. I stay indoors. I don't drive, so I don't have to drive anyone. So I just stay indoors, and there's a nice bottle of say rum or whiskey.
Get absolutely hammered.
And then like message us at like 3 in the morning with a new army list. Oh god, this is amazing. This is it.
Guys, I just bought this on eBay.
I've done it.
There are 3 carnosaurs. And there are 3 carnosaurs sitting indoors.
I found it.
This is the one. This is the meta breaker.
So literally, for me, I'm really excited about the Sinesh this year for that reason. So I can't wait for that.
I'm a bit different to you in that I don't get time off over Christmas.
No.
Now, it's very busy. My work is always very busy, Christmas, New Year. Some people do decide to take it off. Some just take like that middle week. So you book like sort of 2 or 3 days holiday and you get sort of 10 days off.
A week,
which is great. I'd never really bother because I think it's, the people that do go into the office or that do work from home this year and last year, you don't actually do a lot of work. The company says, head office closes at 3. That's what they've said this year. I think they said the same last year. So it's like you're only doing sort of 3/4 of a
few
day
hours,
anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really bother with, but that does mean I don't actually have any real time to just sit down and do some hobby today and things like that, which is a shame. And it would be nice to have a fake job so you could just take some time off over Christmas, but
I'm the sort
it's
of
not to be.
Yeah, I want to point out how much hobby did I get done in the summer when you were living it up, painting entire armies with my fake job.
I'm the same as Scott. I was working retail banking, so
Yeah.
I don't get any time off realistically.
No.
I'm working up until the point in which the doors close on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
I
Which
used
is
to do
3
that.
o'clock Christmas Eve. I'm working till.
I don't know what time I'm working till. I know we close at 2:30, but I don't know what time I'm going to be leaving.
Yeah.
That'd be another matter.
Well, you'll be in London, so you'll probably be leaving at about 1 o'clock Christmas morning.
That's next Friday. I'm out next Friday.
Well, let's just see if you can still have your Christmas parties when this comes out. So yeah, I mean, like, it's been an amazing time for us, and
We've all had lots of Warhammer Christmases
yeah,
since our first.
yeah, and this last year is this last sort of 8 months has been probably the most exciting, the most tiring time and most exciting time in the hobby, because you do a lot and you don't realise how much you're doing. I think sometimes. Cheers, mate. But I think that sort of brings me on to thinking about like what's coming next, because I'm always excited about what we can do next, and I'm the guy throwing like stuff at a dartboard like 6 months before we're going to do it. What are you guys excited about for like the next Warhammer Christmas, if you like, you know, what we're going to be doing between now and then?
Hopefully old world.
Yeah.
That's bold, yeah.
Hopefully old world. Next Christmas might be some old world bits and pieces. New Cathay, new
Kislev.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stuff
could
there,
be
yeah.
interesting. That's my bold take.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, that's
Could be.
yeah, that's very
It
exciting.
could be a very old world Christmas.
What about channel wise next year then? What are you excited about?
Getting some of my other stuff on the tabletop.
Getting some more stuff actually painted.
Getting other stuff more painted.
Stop buying stuff. You will eventually run out of armies to buy, so you'll have to actually paint what
You
you
never
want.
run out of figures to buy, though. do
I'll
you?
eventually actually run out of armies and have to start buying the armies that these guys own. The one army I'll never buy is Vampire Camps. That's for
Well,
sure.
that's why you'll never win tournaments.
Oh!
I came third once.
It's not winning though, is it?
I
It's
came
not
third.
winning though, is it?
Did you come third? No, I think you did.
I've won a tournament though, so.
Third once. Oh, that's the best. That's the statement of the day. Ooh, that actually got a little bit of tear out of my eye. Ooh, that's good.
But no, it probably is a case of getting some more of my stuff actually done and on the table.
I've just found some more fluff.
What are you
I'm gonna put on the
what are you feeling up for next year for
I'm
the
not
channel?
feeling up anything.
Well, what are you feeling then? What are you excited about?
Excited to get Empire sort of onto the channel again.
Just in general, yeah, it'd be
We've
nice.
had them on with Tim
Once.
once. Get some dwarves onto the channel as well. That'd be nice. So no pressure from you there, James.
Chaos Dwarves as well. We can get some Chaos Dwarves. Dwarf or Chaos Dwarf.
Yeah.
That'd be the slowest game going.
3 turns of moving towards each other.
6 inches.
Yeah. No, excited to start playing the new Triple Crown mission, the Hunt the Messenger.
Yeah,
We've had 1 game of it. I haven't.
You haven't actually played it,
No,
have
I
you?
feel
No.
so I think that'll be cool to sort of see a few more games of that and how that sort of plays out, because the mission didn't really affect the outcome of that game at all, because
No,
you
yeah.
absolutely smashed Max.
No, other way
I
around.
think it might be the other way around. But
Other way
yeah, I like your version better. I absolutely smashed him, ladies and gentlemen.
Was it?
Yes. The Warriors Chaos.
Possibly my worst victory.
Yeah.
My worst loss possibly in... I can't remember
Yeah.
the last time I lost that badly. Do you know what I
But
mean?
so those sort of, 250 points don't
500.
make a difference.
500
points.
500 points.
How it could have been 1,000, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Fire, mate.
Yeah, so I'm excited actually to play that. And some more big boy beatdowns, which we've got coming in a couple of months.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because we only kind of do them in the breaks.
Yeah,
don't
and
we?
I've not played one. We've
You've
both
not?
been you versus
No,
Max.
because you lost your voice the last time, didn't
I
you?
did.
that's a shame.
Screaming at a girl band concert.
A big mix.
I still
Big
love
mix.
it, that
Big
big
Pick
mix.
and mix.
That big mix concert.
Big mix concert.
So yeah, you must be gutted. They broke up, aren't they?
I know, I am. I still get to see them next year, though. So
Okay, we're good.
Next year's
We're
tour,
going to
so.
move on. I got sent a message from one of the people that watched the video. Like Facebook messaged me and was like, "What were all those references about?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know pop music. I mean, I don't know pop music either. I had to look those references up."
You're not in the know as James is apparently.
Yeah, apparently I am. Yeah, I'm just going to play with my hat.
So what are you looking forward to?
Well, you sort of scuppered me, the pair of you, a little bit, but I'm looking forward to something we're going to announce in a minute. I'm quite excited about the idea of it.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit like you. I want to see like a little bit more variation. We're working so hard to build up the amount of varying armies on the channel, and I'd like to do that. And I'm actually quite excited about that, and I'm quite excited about kind of some of the new producty things as well. Just because I think there's some stuff in there that's good ideas, and if we can get it to kind of come out and work, I think it's stuff that actually is really useful to gamers, rather than just being like, you know, oh, I've got a cool T-shirt. That's great. I like a cool T-shirt as much as the next man. But but I think like having stuff that's really like helpful for gaming is going to be cool. So I'd like to do more of that. But no, I'm with you guys actually. I think just a broader variety on the channel is cool. So. That said, Max, have you got a New Year's resolution for 2022?
Buy less armies?
Well, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
You got a New Year's resolution? You got a chance to keep it?
Past like January 5th?
No, I don't think there is. Really. Not
paint.
Yeah, I can paint.
Base some stuff. Do some cool basing. Paint some stuff.
You're telling me.
Help us, please.
You're telling me to do
Get stuff done.
You're telling me to do things I really just don't like doing.
Let's just move on.
I can do painting. I can do the painting. It's the basing. I'm really bad at basing.
We'll hang out over Christmas when you don't have time off.
James is going to rebase your army.
I'm not rebasing his army. I can't get my own base.
Yeah. So for me then,
build my X-rays.
Yeah, build my X-ray. Build the mountain of vampire count start collecting boxes I've got. That'd be a start. Yeah, I mean, other than sort of what I said about the Empire, really getting them done, getting that Middenheim, because that's been a sort of a bit of a passion project for a little while now. That's really had nothing done to it.
It's got to be about 18 months, mate.
Oh, no,
way more than that. Yeah,
he's actually had the models.
Yeah, he's got to have had the models 18 months. So.
Oh no, way more. No, it was way before the start of the pandemic.
Oh really?
Oh, I've probably had them about 3 years.
Yeah. Oh wow, okay, I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah, it's probably about 18 months before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
No, I've had them for ages, and I've spent a lot, so I need to actually do something with them. So yeah, getting them done would be nice. If I can get sort of 3 or 4, even 5,000 points done by the end of the year. I think I'm going to say it on camera. That's going to be my project for next year. 5,000 points.
It's not, is it? Because you're taking vampire counts to events. So
yeah, but I don't have to do anything for them really.
You got to paint them, haven't you?
You got to paint Terrorgeists.
I've got to paint Terrorgeist, but I mean.
So you can't. Apparently, you're not using the Eagles anymore.
No, but
I mean, painting Terrorgeist is like a really arduous job.
They are contrastastic. Now, having used the contrast on my Nurgle Demons, I reckon I can get both of them done in like a weekend comfortably.
Or I feel like there's some serious gauntlets going down there. We'll have to we'll revisit that, ladies and gentlemen.
And other than that, I've got to paint some Cryptorers. Again.
That's my corner of the jewel.
That's the corner of the jewel.
Cryptorers again are contrastastic, so I don't think they'll take very long. I'm trying to actually tell the people what I'm going to get done next year. You're just laughing and giving me the hat.
Absolutely lost it.
But no, that is my 2022 resolution. 5,000 points have been behind Empire.
You're braver than me.
Come on, what's your resolutions then? Come.
Another unit of dwarves?
Yeah, maybe. 4 dwarves.
By 2023, yeah.
Yeah, probably. No, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I know we're like I brought that up, but I haven't really thought beyond bringing it up. I would like to get this Sinesh army done.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to do.
That army that you said you wanted to get done for Pom first.
And the dwarfs.
In April.
Yeah. I'd like to get the Sinesh and the dwarfs done.
Yeah.
They're the 2 things I'd really like to get done. And I'd like to probably do like more terrain for the channel. Because we've got lots of terrain that we sort of take to the events, and there's a lot of that we've still got to get painted anyway
and built
for May. So I'd like to kind of focus on that a little bit as well, and think about like theming the tables and stuff a bit more. Just be cool, just be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably that. Just those two big ones for me, the Dwarves and the Slanesh. I think it'd be really cool. So I'll probably be painting High Elves in this month in Warhammer.
Yeah, we'll come back to this in 12 months' time. We'll look back on this next year, I'm sure, and say, oh, how did we get on our New Year's resolutions? I'm sure none of us would have actually hit those.
Whoa. I'll have painted 3 more orcs.
Okay.
Good.
It's not a real resolution.
No.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've already painted 4 this month, so 3 would not be winning.
That would be losing.
That would be less.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strip the paint off one, just to be spiteful. So there's only a couple of bits left actually before we tell you what's coming next month.
Exciting.
Over Christmas, really. But we've got a couple of little announcements. The first one is, you may remember that a couple of episodes ago, maybe last month or the one before, we announced we were going to put together a really cool beginners series teaching people how to play Warhammer 8th, and you may have noticed that hasn't materialised. Now that is honestly, it's really my bad more than anyone else's bad, I think it's fair to say. I've had some major life mentalness.
It's just life has got in the way. As we said at the start, adulting, 4 out of 7 would not adult again.
Yeah, and it's just been really tough.
kind of with 4.
And it is coming. We're gonna get it filmed. It will be in the new year. It will be available, and it will be all on YouTube. It'll be free, which is really cool. But it's ultimately like the primacy is always delivering the content we promise our subscribers every month. And so once you've done that, and then adulting happens, you sort of get stuck. So I can only apologise for that, but it is going to come.
It's happening. It's in the works. Yeah.
And we've got another exciting thing that's going to come in the spring.
Ooh.
So spring 2022. I'm going to read this because I wrote this very specifically so I don't miss the things down. So we are going to have our contender series, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be bringing some guest players onto the channel to challenge one of us to a game of Warhammer. Unsurprisingly, not to like skipping or something like that. That would be terrible.
Challenge you to a 10k run.
Challenge you to a 10k run.
I'll bring my brother in.
I'll be honest.
I
think from the context of the channel, the viewers at home would have guessed.
Warhammer.
It was a game of Warhammer.
So they'll get a chance to pick the mission that we're going to play. Now that's either from the main rulebook or from the Triple Crown GT pack. They will get to decide which one of us they want to play against, obviously. And they'll also get to decide which faction we use in that battle. And then if they want to set comp score parameters, well, they'll get the chance to do that too. So it's going to be hard for us to win those games, I think.
Scott tries to use Tomb Kings. I try to use Vampire Counts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that people will generally stick to factions that we each play
individually.
No, but I mean, I can't be certain. We'll obviously give them a list of all the factions that are available to use on the channel, and they can choose which one we use. Now we've got.
To be fair, by the time it comes, will probably be all of them.
Almost all of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not Chaos Dwarves. Max isn't going to get those
Barring the Chaos Dwarves.
So I'm going to be completely honest. We've got some people already in the pipeline for this feature. It's not something we're announcing without kind of having some structure to it already. And there's going to be some really epic crossovers. So we're in discussions to bring in some other Warhammery people that might be very cool, and it's just going to lead to some amazing hobby on the channel and some really tight games, I hope, as well.
Yeah, and some different armies as well.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's all well and good us having basically all of the armies between us.
But we only have like 2,500 points per.
A lot of them, we've only got that 2,500 points. All the armies, they like, even if you have, say, 5,000 points of like vampire counts, that whole army will look sort of the same because it's all painted in the same skin, based the same. But you then get a different person come on with their vampire counts, so that can look totally different.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good for that as well.
We're super excited about this. It's going to be loads of fun, and we think it's going to be a real tough day at the office for each of us. Sitting here hoping he doesn't get picked too often, to be honest. And this will replace our narrative videos for the period that we run it for.
Until towards the end of the next year.
Yeah, sort of. Probably through spring, summer time, basically. So we're going to have the end of Light of Albion in a couple of months' time.
Sad times.
Yeah, it is sad. And then we've got another big boy beatdown. And then we'll be bringing you some contender series action. So we can't wait for that. The only thing I've got left on my list, chaps, for this part is to say Merry Christmas to all of you at home, but mainly in this section, Merry Christmas to my good friends here. And we've all got each other little gifts.
We have.
So I'm going to start. I'm going to take the lead, and I've got for you, Max.
Got to read the name.
Got to read the name.
Got a fungoid cave shaman, Snazgar Stink Mullet. What a name that is. So I'm going to hold it close to the camera. This looks like a very cool figure. He's got he's got a mushroom for a head. I can't wait. So hopefully,
I thought it was a hat.
It's a hat. It's a hat. He wears the mushroom on his head like a hat.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So very cool. Looking forward to seeing you getting that one done.
We'll move on. I'll go next then.
Yeah.
And then we have for Scott. We have
Turn, ladies and gentlemen.
Anasta Malkorian Vampire Lord,
Ooh.
which is the commemorative series Warhammer model.
Oh,
for
that
vampires.
released quite recently.
Yeah, so I show the camera as well. So it's that guy, that guy, and on the back side it does have a picture. He does have the old
Jagger arm.
the old McJagger arm. It's all good. So I shall
can't wait
pass
for
that on to give it to James because no, you'll give it to Scott.
Thank you.
Because your
thank you
year of the
very much.
vampire is very
It
much
is,
your
it is my
year,
year
and
of the vampire.
we've now decided you're goblins.
We are.
So yeah, that's it for the gift giving. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
No, I do have you. I've got you a much easier to pronounce.
The easiest one,
Slash
didn't it?
Lord of Pain to go with your new Slash Warriors army, which I'm going to reach forwards.
And suddenly,
There you go.
And suddenly, you may recall me saying I need to come up with a really good unit filler for this
Yeah.
unit. That guy is going to look sick in the middle of a big unit.
He could be
Yeah,
a Chaos
absolutely.
Lord.
He could, yeah,
He could be a Chaos Lord as
Yeah,
well, yeah.
oh Max, man, he can.
That's
He's
a
a
Chaos
cool
Lord.
figure.
That's a Chaos
very
Lord.
That could, yeah, that's a cool model, isn't it?
Oh, okay. We've all put it on the arms. I feel
We put it on the
out of
arm.
place.
Scott's got
Merry-
it on the arm.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
So, and on that bombshell, I'm going to bring you what you can expect this month from us on the channel. So the Beastmen are going to make their way to the War Council for their debut, and they've decided that as this game is being released on Boxing Day, the Beastman General has decided that he's going to have a Christmas in the sun. As he heads down to Khemri and does battle with Queen Khalida's Tomb King army.
Ooh.
I get to finally use my beast on the channel.
Yeah, and
So I'll be using the Beastman.
and Khalida, I think, is really cool. She's another competitor. She's one of the other sort of
Yeah,
competitive
she
options
is.
for
Yeah.
Tomb King. So it's going to be good to see that.
She terrifies
See
me.
her in action. Now we will also be bringing you the 4th instalment of the Light of Albion campaign this month. It's just come round, so quick, fast.
Yeah, that's
If that wasn't enough of a clue, ladies and gentlemen, it is the treacherous Skaven who will be taking on the chieftain and his wood elves. He's becoming quite the wood elf general, isn't he?
Yeah.
Am I? Am I though?
50% win record. That's not bad.
With Wood Elves, to be fair, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Out of 3 games.
Yeah. Ever.
Hang on, how is it a 50? Oh, you drew one.
I drew.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when you were like, how?
Hang on.
How's that possible? Take that, accountant. So, after another very close vote in our latest community poll, we are excited to announce that this month's buying for beginners is going to be for Bretonnia.
That's going to be interesting.
So you can start your 2022 with an errantry war of your own,
Yes.
courtesy of the Duke's hard work.
Yes, and I think it's fair to say, unsurprisingly, these aren't going to be Games Workshop models
They're not.
because they're not produced anymore.
Sorry.
But I will say, I know not everyone has access to 3D printers or wants to go down that route, so I'm going to avoid
That,
3D
the
printing
printing side of
models.
it, yeah.
Cool. So I'm excited about that because that's an army I could still see me wanting to buy again. So this month the Warzone is going to centre on the rise of Sotek and the clash of the Serpent and the Rat, as we take a look at the Battle of Quetzal between the Lizardmen and Skaven. Max, my pronouncy guy, saving us again. And as it's Christmas, it seems like a grand enough occasion to bring you probably the most iconic hero of legend in all of Warhammer. So, it is time for Sigmar Heldenhammer to make his appearance on the Heroes of Legend.
The man holding the Warhammer itself.
He certainly is.
We were having a discussion about this, about which one to do, and we were have we actually done Sigmar? We've not done him.
Not
We
done
should
Sigmar.
probably do him.
Probably do it.
Yeah, big man Sigmar should probably do him.
Big man on campus.
He is big
He
man
is.
on outdoor campus.
He certainly is. Get your Umbergan tribe out. Is that how you say it?
Umberogan.
Umberogan
yeah.
tribe? I don't know. Sounds
no
like a
in
Pokemon.
Alright.
So after 4 episodes of Laws of Battle Magic Tactics, I've decided we're going to take a month off.
Okay.
And so over Christmas, I'm going to bring you a different 20-0 tactic, something we discussed in a competitive video recently, actually, and that's tactics for combating enemy flying units, which I think will be a really useful topic for a lot of us. Certainly, it'd be nice for me to try and refresh my memory on all the things you can do there. But don't worry, we'll be returning next month with more Battle Magic, so you'll get the second half of Battle Magic real soon too. The competitive character series certainly could not be described as festive, because we're going to be taking a look at the very evil and unkind Dark Elf Dreadlord this month.
You should have said he's like a Grinch.
Oh, I could have said he's like a Grinch.
Yeah.
He's like a Grinch.
We're going to be looking at the Grinch himself at Dreadlord this month.
There we go.
Use take 2.
There we go. I mean, he's from, snowy places.
He is.
He's from Lapland.
Yeah, he's basically
He's
evil
from
Lapland.
Lapland.
Basically from evil Lapland.
He's Lapland, mate.
Yeah.
He's from Canada.
Malekith Santa. Or Krampus, if you want to go down that route.
Oh, goodness. Where are we at? So, Wizards at the ready, as this month's Magic and the Mundane will focus on big scrolls, as I'm calling them. So that's the 3 50-point bad boys in the Arcane
I
Items
couldn't
section.
believe there are 3
There
50-point
certainly are.
scrolls.
The big
there are a
scrolls.
lot of arcane items.
You know what, though?
There
If
are
you
a
miss it, you'll get turned into a toad. Just saying.
Get your hex scroll out.
And finally, Hashut be praised, the chieftain will dispel the ash storm so that we can charge in to the Legion of Asgore or Chaos Dwarfs to the rest of us.
Their deep dive.
Their deep dive.
That's gonna be an interesting one, because I think that's gonna be the shortest deep dive
Very
ever.
possibly, yeah.
Probably will
They
be.
don't have that many units, do they?
No, they have one lord.
Well, one special character.
One special character, one lord choice.
It's going to be fun. We don't do the Lord's Choice.
We don't do the Lord's Choice.
That's competitive character series territory, baby.
And we've done
Which
it.
we've already done.
Yeah, yeah, it's very cool. So, and that's it. So,
Yeah,
we hope you enjoy the festive period. We hope you have, even if you're not celebrating Christmas, we hope you have a really nice time off, because generally most people get some time off at this time of year.
Yeah.
Other than these weirdos.
Not these guys.
But this guy does. So we hope you have a great time with your family and enjoy it wherever you are in the world. And we look forward to seeing you for more content and seeing you next month in Warhammer.
In the new year.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. See you later.
See you soon, guys.
Bye, guys.
Remember to tag your friends and like, subscribe and share. Then head over to triplecrownwargaming.com and become a Knight of the Realm today.
What are you doing, mate?
You alright?
Do it for war!